we're going to start with Balatro for beginners. This is going to be a relatively simple, short, hopefully video that's going to show you how to win around a Balatro. So first of all, let's get started. I'm going to pick a new run, and it really doesn't matter what deck I start with, but I like Nebula deck the best. But I think the easiest one to win around with is actually probably the checkered deck, but I'm gonna stick with Nebula deck. And then later, if I have time, I'll do black deck because since that's the hardest. So let's go. So the first thing is you want to look ahead to what your boss is going to be when you start a level around. All spade cards are debuffed. I don't really care about that one, so this is totally fine. My skips are going to be a free Joker here and a free Polycomb Joker here. I don't really care about that right now, so I'm just going to go. So on the first blind, I need to get 300 points. Or 300 chips, I should say. So typically the way I try to do that is to get, a high straight or a full house or something. So I actually already have a straight here, 5, 6, 7, 9, but that's not going to get me to 300. I'm just knowing the math as you go through the game, you'll learn that. But 9 high straight is not going to get me to 300. I need like a queen high straight, or I think maybe a jack high straight will do it. So I'm going to get rid of these cards here. And I'm a little closer to my straight here. I need a jack. I'll get rid of these cards here. And there's my jack. So now I know I can play this and get like 320 or 310 or something. 316, there we go. So I'm past my first level. I only used one hand to get there, so that gives me the max money back. Notice I have a discard left. Discards don't get you anything if you have them left over, so use them. If you can dig for something in your deck, obviously I just started, so I don't have anything in my deck to dig for, but if you can use them, use them. All right, next one. So now we got a shop. You're always going to get a generic buffoon pack in the first shop, and you pretty much should buy it every single time. Unless there's something fantastic up here that you can afford, great, but this is pretty much a must-buy, that first buffoon pack. So I have Abstract Joker, which is great, plus 3 mult for each Joker card, which would be great, except I don't have any other Joker cards to get me an additional mult. But that's fine, because I'm going to get more Jokers later. It's arguably better than this one, which gives me plus 12 if I make a straight. I don't want to turn this into a straight run because I mean, you certainly can. If you're playing something like Abandoned deck or Painted deck where it's easier to make straights, or if you like going for straights, you want to make a straight run, grab it. I'm going to get this one, just because I know I'm going to get another Joker in the next round, and that's going to help. So. But I know I can get through this one without having additional mult. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. So let's see. I'm going to try to make another straight here. Looking for a king. There he is. So this is going to get me again to like 320, 326, something like that. Oh, wait a second. Oh, this gives me 3 for itself. I totally forgot that. 3 mult for each Joker card, which of course I have 1. So I totally forgot that. So that even better. So I use 1 hand, or I thought I was going to use 2. Odd Todd's pretty good. In the early rounds, gives you some additional chips. Diamond, I hardly ever take these suit-specific Jokers because you just get burned a lot. Unless you have something like the Smeared Joker, which makes spades into clubs and diamonds into hearts, and they all share, so it basically doubles the effect. But in any case, I'm going to skip. Let's see, I have 14. You know what? I'm going to buy Odd Todd. just because it's not only going to give me 31 chips when those odd cards are scored, but it's also going to give me another +3 over here. So there's kind of a double benefit there. So anyway, I'll go on with that. Now it's kind of time to start figuring out which type of deck you want to have. Now, obviously, in this round, spades are debuffed. I don't really care about that. But do I want to keep making straights, or do I want to pivot to a different type of hand? You can go high card, one pair, two pair. I like one pair, two pair. I like high card builds. They're all relatively easy to make work. Just to kind of illustrate how you can make it work, I'm going to go with a one pair build just because it's super easy to play. You almost always will get a pair in your opening hand. So it's you can play one right off the bat. You can play lots of pairs to ramp up if you get a supernova or something like that. So um, let's go with the pair sevens. Now, when you're playing a pair build, you might as well get rid of some garbage in your hand along with it. You can play 5 cards, and only the pair is going to count. So I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. I could get rid of this, but this counts as a pair for if I need another hand, so I'm going to keep it. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of all those cards along with my pair that I'm actually playing. It's not going to affect me in any way. So, play that. Those were both odd cards, so it gave me the bonus here. And then, of course, the +6 mult. And that worked out well. Okay, so now we're in our next level. Let's go look at our blinds coming up. I need to make 800, 1200, 1600. The wheel, 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. That's totally fine. This is a great voucher to get, but I'm going to wait to get it. I probably will buy it, but I'm going to wait until later in the round because right now I only have $20. And one of the keys is you want to keep 20, 25 bucks in your bank so that you get the max interest. 25 bucks gets you the max interest at the end of every round. Keeping 25, at least 25 in your bank is pretty crucial. Gets you passive $5 at the end of every round. You should also be aware of how much every hand is earning you. So in that last round, I played 2 sevens, and it got me, I think it was like 860 or something like that. So I know that if I look at these blinds, or maybe it was 560, or 660, I can't remember what it was. But anyway, you should be aware because if I know that I can play another odd pair and beat this with one hand, then that may change what I buy in this shop. I know in this round, if I don't get any additional jokers or bonuses, I'm going to need 2 hands to beat this one, and probably this one as well. So anyway, for 2 pair, I really don't want to go to 2 pair. I want to stick with 1 pair, but I do want to get another joker because it's going to bump this up, and I have plenty of money. So okay. So this is a temporary joker that gives me a huge hand size. I don't need a huge hand size. I'm playing a pair build. I've decided on a pair build. Unless something changes, like I get a great joker that goes along with some other build, a photograph and a hanging chat or something like that. This is not going to help me. More hand size doesn't really help a pair build, which means I'm going to take mail and rebate and get some money, hopefully, out of it. To recoup the investment that I made in that pack. So anyway, next round. So my skips are 1 per unused discard, Mega Celestial pack. I don't really care about either of those right now. So I'll get $5 for a discarded deuce, which I have right there. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to discard some stuff here. And I made $5 right there. That pack paid for itself just now. The pack was only $4. So I'm going to play a pair. I don't have odd cards to play. So a pair. I can either play an even pair or a pair of jacks. But I'm going to get rid I'm not going to get rid of the 5 because that's an odd card. So if I get another 5, I could play it and get a bonus. So I'm going to keep that 5. I'm going to keep the 6s because that's already a made hand. It's a pair. I'm going to get rid of these guys. I'm going to keep the ace because that's also odd. I'm going to get rid of the king and the queen. So let's play it. We just got the +9 mult, of course, which is 330. For a non-odd pair, I'm getting 330 right now, and that was 2 face cards. So now you can see I got a bunch of things going on down here. I could play a full house. A full house would probably get me there, but I don't want to do that because I'm trying to build up the numbers of played pairs. Because what happens is I already have the telescope voucher. Celestial Pack always contain the planet card for your most played poker hand, so once I get some more pairs, I think I just need maybe one more. Every Celestial Pack that I buy is going to have a pair card in it to upgrade my pair. Also, if I run into a supernova, it gives me that amount of mult added to my score. So right now, straight and pair is at 2. I need to play another pair, so that pair is in the lead for that Celestial Pack. Now this is an odd pair, so I'm going to play that. I'm going to get rid of one of my 6s along with it, and I'm going to play it. There we go, next round. Okay, so now we're at 30. Now we're at 3 pairs, so I know my Celestial Pack is going to have a pair on the left. I'm going to upgrade a pair. This Mega Celestial Pack is also going to have a pair in there, but it's going to have me select something else. It's not as good a value because it's $8. I'm going to leave it. And instead of buying that, I'm going to re-roll and see what else is in the shop. Even though I said you should always stay at $26, I really want another Joker to get me to go up here. Okay. This is not terrible, but it requires you to run through the rest of the game with a low bank, which I really don't like. This is a good, I will say, once you get more experience and you can get through some of the game, this is a really good one. It just generates tarot cards after tarot cards after tarot cards. And those are very valuable. Another problem with a Nebula deck is that I only have one consumable slot. So I really can only take advantage of this once per round. So, unless I can use it right away. So, anyway, I'm going to skip that. And of course, I don't want to upgrade high cards, so I'm going to go. Next. Now we're discarding 5s to get $5. I didn't draw a pair in my opening hand, which is totally fine. I could play a straight, but you know what? Instead of discarding, I might play a straight. Straight is not bad at these low rounds. I'm going to get some bonuses from Odd Todd, and of course I'm going to get extra mult. So straight is actually pretty good here, even though it doesn't help my pair count, which I do really want to increase my pair count. Because again, later on, when you run into that supernova, helps a lot. Okay. So now I know that my straight is at 3 and pair is at 3. So if I do a Celestial Pack, it's probably going to give me a straight because that's what I don't want. But I think I'm going to buy that voucher. So I can skip a blind later. So let's get that voucher. If I need to skip a blind later, I can. And we'll move on. Let's play some more pairs. Oh, there's some pairs. Okay. I'm going to get rid of nothing. I don't want to get rid of the 9 because it's odd and it's have some synergy with this card, and the rest are pairs. So, and obviously I can't get rid of this because I don't have 3 of a kind, which is arguably better than this. It gives me 30 times 3 instead of 25 times 3, but that does increase my pair count. So, so let's just go with the pair of aces all by themselves. And I didn't check what card I need to discard for my mail-in rebate, which is 9s. So this is important. So I have 3 hands left and 3 discards. I only need to get to 1600, which means I only need 300 chips to get there. So I can kind of go ham on discarding stuff, digging for 9s to discard. I have 1 already, but I want more. These discards are not going to get me anything. I know this pair of jacks is going to get me to my goal, so I'm going to just start discarding everything in hopes to find more 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, see, there's another 9. So doing that earned me an extra $5. So it's fantastic. Another thing I wanted to mention was, okay, so this is raising the cap on interest. So now, if you buy this voucher, it's totally fine. Now the minimum you want to keep in your bank is 50, because that's going to get you an extra pass of $10 around. If you're really trying to build lots of money because you want to go real deep in the rounds, then this is fantastic. If you like to buy everything in sight in the store, this is great because it'll keep you earn an extra pass of $10 each round. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just keep on trucking here. So upgrade my bear. I am gonna buy this Arcana pack. I think there are a lot of cards I could get out of this. This isn't a great Arcana pack. I don't care about these two because they just change the suit. But I will upgrade some of my cards with Mult plus Mult bonus. And I'm going to do 1 reroll because I don't want either of these jokers. This is a straight joker, and this is a suit-specific joker. I'm going to do 1 reroll. Okay, good. So I do have 2 joker slots left. So Mr. Bones, I'm not worried about right now. Prevents death, but I will buy the gold joker. Keep in mind, this pays for itself if you keep it for 2 rounds. I mean, almost always it's going to pay for itself. So I'll snag that too. And some more money. Okay, here's my first big decision with a skip. So I do like having a negative joker, but you don't know what you're going to get. It's a gamble. And I'm pretty early in the run, so I'm not crazy about skipping here because when you skip, you lose access to a shop. So anyway, I'm discarding 5s to earn money. So let's play this pair of queens, and as I said before, I'm getting rid of some even and unmatched cards. I'm going to discard this 5, but I'm going to play the rest of these along with my pair, so let's play that. That's going to get me to 960, so that means I'm probably going to have to play 2 more pairs to win this round, which is totally fine. I'm going to discard. I do have a straight here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to discard these cards in order to get my mail-in rebate on this 5. I misspoke earlier. I said I was going to have to play 2 more pairs. If I play these 2 9s, I'm going to get bonus from Odd Todd, so I probably won't need to play 2 more. The pair of 9s will probably do it. So let's discard this and try to get some more 5s. I did not get any more 5s. I got 4 9s, which I don't need, so I'm going to discard some of those. And I didn't get any more 5s to discard, so I'll just play my 9s, and that will probably be it. Yep. Okay, lots of money coming in. Okay. I'm definitely going to get this Jumbo Buffoon pack to get another Joker. Okay. When you get Banana in a pack, it's pretty much always going to be Banana is the right choice. Because once it's destroyed, it can come back as a X3 Cavendish. And so the goal is you want to use this a lot and get it destroyed. So And the rest of these jokers are not fantastic, so this is the clear choice. I'm also going to buy this Arcana pack. I'm not really worried about buying lots of stuff because I have lots of money generation happening. Okay, so I don't really need to thin my deck out because I'm playing pairs. I don't need to change the ranks. Glass is great, but I think I'm gonna take the money. Tower is good also, actually. You can play a pair plus the stone card for an extra 50 chips. But like I said, I'm still gonna take the money. Hopefully I'll run into a bull or something that uses a big bank to increase your score. I did do a reroll and it didn't really get me anything, but that's fine. Moving on. Oh, I didn't look at my boss. No repeat hand types. That means I'm not going to be able to play two pairs. I'm going to be able to play one pair and then I have to play some other stuff. So that could be a problem. I do have a reroll available because I bought the VHS tape. So if I don't want to mess around with that, that's going to be, was it 4,000? So for instance, if I, oh, discard tens, okay. So if I play a pair of threes and get rid of some other cards with it, let's see what that's going to get me. Oh, that's going to be 3,600. So that's really close to my 4,000. I should have done that math earlier because then I could have discarded some cards and got some mail-in rebates, but that's fine. At this point, I am going to buy the seed money voucher because I'm pretty consistently around $50, so that's going to give me extra interest. I'm going to buy this Arcana pack, see what's in here. Okay, not fantastic, but I'll take a gold 6, let's say. I chose 6 because it's even and it's more likely to stay in my hand since I have a dot. I'll do one reroll. I don't really think I need that. Although at some point I'm going to need to replace one or both of these money generating jokers because they're not helping me score points. They're just increasing my money. No repeat hand types this round. Totally fine. They did present me with a flush to open, so I think I'm going to play that, and then I'll start playing pairs if I need to, which I may not. Yeah, that got there. Easy. Okay. I don't want any of this. I don't really want tarot cards to appear more often in the shop. I'm going to do one reroll. Okay, these are flush. This deck really wants me to play a flush build, which is not a terrible idea. Like if you get a couple of jokers that appear to you like this, and you're not too deep into upgrading pairs, which I'm not. I'm only halfway through. I could easily pivot to a flush build because I'm presented with these excellent flush jokers. Flushes are really easy to play, and it's probably if you're a new player, it's probably what you started out with. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with my guns and stick with pairs. So I'm going to reroll again. Oh, look at that. +8 mult if you get a pair. I'm going to get rid of mail-in rebate. And I'm going to get a little bit extra mult since I don't need the money so much. I don't want the idol, so I'm going to go next round. Okay. So my boss is playing only one hand. That should be fine. Notice the score is 5,000, which is the same that I'm at over here. So if I can beat this round in one hand, I can beat the boss in one hand. So let's try to get to an odd pair, as I wasn't presented with a pair to start off. So let's discard all my even cards and see what happens. Okay, there's a pair of aces, and let's play some even cards along with it to get rid of them. And we'll see how close I get to 5,000. Okay, just over. So I know, based on this, that I'm going to be able to beat that boss. No sweat, right? With one hand. A pair of aces. That's all I need. Um, this is pretty much always an auto buy. If you have more than, you know, whatever, a few dollars, it's only 3 and it doubles your money. So if you have more than a few bucks, this is pretty much always a buy and use. Or a buy and hold until the end of the following round and then use it. Um, so I don't really want that. I'm going to look inside this buffoon pack since I have so much money. And I really don't want any of these jokers. Suit specific, adds a stone card to my deck, credit card, and Mr. Bones. I don't want any of those. I should say I don't want to give up any of these jokers up here for any of those. Also going to look in here. Okay. Emperor gives me 2 tarot cards, but I only have 1 consumable slot, so I'm not going to get 2. I'm only going to get 1. So this is half the value that it normally would be. This is normally really good value. Death, I don't really care about too much. I could change an even card to an odd card, like a 10 to a 7, or a deuce to a 7. But I'm going to take the money. I'm going to take the 10 bucks. And I'm going to do 1 reroll. Ugh, I don't like any of these. I'm going to do another reroll. Okay, let's just go. I don't want a free Mega Buffoon pack, although it's not terrible. Especially in the early game, this can really help you get through, since you get to choose 2 jokers out of the pack. It can really help you get through those early rounds. Okay, let's play an odd pair and get rid of some even cards along with it. Should get me almost halfway there. Yep, over halfway there. And we can play another pair. That should get me. Oh, it didn't get me there. I thought it was going to get me all the way there. That's fine. So you can see now, since I got rid of mail-in rebate, I don't have anything to dig for in my deck. So I don't really care about, playing certain cards or having certain cards left in my hand. This one's interesting, Invisible Joker. So I could definitely get rid of the Golden Joker at this point. I don't need the money. And I could use this instead in the hopes that it would duplicate maybe a banana, or the Abstract Joker would be nice. I can force it to, I can narrow the chances of which Joker it's going to duplicate by selling some of the others. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll sell this guy and buy this one. Do a reroll. This is a pretty good one. But I'm not ready to give up anything I have for him just yet. Let's do one more. Okay. Chips. 50 chips if hand contains a pair. That actually would be better, slightly better than this, only because even though I'm playing pairs that would get me technically 62 chips when I play an odd pair, this one gives me 50 chips no matter if I play an odd or an even pair. So it's slightly less chips, but I can pay all my pairs now. I don't have to focus on the odd cards, which there's definitely some value in that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to swap this guy out. And let's go next. So in this one, I don't care about the odd pair so much as I do care about the chips that I'm getting and the bonus cards. So like if I get a bonus like that, that's going to help a lot. Enhanced card, I guess I should say. So let's try to, I think we're going to play that pair of kings. So that should get me there. Yeah, just barely. Wow, that was really close. If I didn't have that enhanced king, I wouldn't have got there. So that was the kind of luck that I got there. Okay, I don't really want any of these. This one's really good early on because you can, especially in a pair build, because you can discard some of your lower cards along with the pair that you're playing. So that definitely helps. I've also not run into any X-Mult jokers, which is that I wanted to play, which is really kind of a pain. By now, I should have an X-Mult joker, and I don't. You can dig when you have this much money. You can just start digging into rerolls and saying, "Oh, how can I get there?" Obviously, I'm gonna buy that. But as you can see, the rerolls get more expensive the more you use them. I'm gonna take Magician and go on to the next one. Okay, so our blind is the hook, our boss. Discard 2 random hand. I don't care about that. It's fine. He's 22,000 is what he's costing. I know that's going to be a challenge. I'm going to use my Magician. And I'm going to play a couple of kings. And I'm going to get rid of some of these lower cards along with it. Oh, the king gave me $20, which is nice. He earned me 5,000. So if I play this, I should get a little less than that because the king had a bonus on it. I should have played the 5 along with it. So this is interesting because I can look at my deck and see what's left. I know that I have a gold 6 that I could dig for to be held in my hand when I play my last set of cards. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to keep that 9 too, because if I land on another 9, I'd rather play that to get the Magician benefit. Okay, I'm still looking for, I did get a 9, so I'm still looking for that gold 6. I didn't get it, that's fine. Oh, I still have one discard. I didn't get it, that's fine. So I'm going to play that magic 9. It didn't do anything, but that's fine. Okay, my invisible joker's active. I'm going to see what's in my shop. Nothing special. I'm definitely going to upgrade this to get my pair upgraded. Something small. When you get an Arcana pack, and like I had just now, a Celestial pack and Arcana pack, and you're in this specific situation where you're pretty sure you're going to get what you need, you do the Celestial pack first on the off chance that when you open an Arcana pack, the Fool is in there. Because if the Fool is in here, then I get another upgrade to my hand, another pair upgrade. It turns out I did not get the Fool, so I'm the Fool. So anyway, I don't want to eliminate any cards. I don't care about changing things to diamonds, so even though I'm only going to get 1 of 2 tarot cards, I'm going to use the Emperor. And I got the Hierophant, which is totally fine. I am going to reroll again. This is really good if you get it early. I mean, I could try to make it work now, but man, that's a little tight. Getting planet cards. Ugh, I could buy this. Oof. This actually, this is a really good combo. And I think I'm going to try to make it work. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to buy this first. And then I'm going to sell this in hopes that it duplicates anything but Jolly Joker. Really. Let's see what happens. Hey, that's actually probably the best outcome for me. So now we have to buy this, certainly. So that means we want all the planet cards. Even if I'm not playing them, it's going to give me bonuses to both of these, which is pretty huge. So, yeah. one more. Okay, another planet card, good. Okay, let's play this one. Okay. Oh, let's talk, now that I've got some X Mult, let's talk about the ordering of your jokers. You always want to put X Mult on the right, because when the jokers are scored, it's going to go Mult, 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 X, X. So if you have this over here, it's going to do your X first and then add to it. Well, you don't want that. So you always want your X Mult at the end, because it's going to multiply the Mult. These are adding Mult, and these are going to multiply the Mult. So it gives you much, much, much more benefit if you put them on the right. Same thing when you're playing these enhanced cards. If you're playing a glass card, for instance, you always want the glass to be on the right. Because if you have enhanced cards and then glass, it's going to be a higher total than if you have a glass card and then the enhanced card. So anyway, back to this. I'm going to use my Hierophant on these jacks and give them some extra chips, because if you'll notice, what I do not have up here is chips, which is usually pretty bad. You want to try to keep it somewhat balanced, and make sure that you have your malt and chips, maybe not balanced, but you want to have both. Right now I don't have any chips, so the first chance I get to get a good chip joker, this Jolly Joker is going to go. Now that I'm set up with these guys, so I'm going to play these cards. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now that I know I'm pretty close to getting there, and I have a good pair right here, I'm going to dig for gold, or like if you have a blue chip, a card with a blue chip on it, you want to dig for that before you play your final hand. Hey, I got my gold card. And that's really all I wanted, so I don't have to dig anymore. So what that's going to do is at the end, that's going to give me $3. Not a big deal, but all those little things add up. Okay, there's my Supernova. So now, because I've played 19 pairs, I can buy Supernova, and that's going to give me 19 malt. And when I play my next pair, it's going to go to 20 malt and 21. So this is going to scale. It's what we call scaling Joker. Adds the number of times poker hand has been played this run to malt. So this is pretty big. Right now I'm going to get rid of Jolly Joker because it's only giving me 8. So this is definitely coming in. And then I got 2 Celestial Packs, which I definitely want as well. It's going to help me here, and of course also upgrade my pair hands. And that was a really good shot, so I'm going to reroll. I'll buy that because I got a bunch of money. And I'm close to my $50, so I'm going to go because I want to get all my interest that I can. Okay. I did not get a pair, so I'm going to discard all these guys. There's a pair. And I'm going to use the Hierophant on these guys. Usually I would save that for higher cards. Face cards or 10s or something like that. But it shouldn't be that big a deal. Okay, so now I know my next hand is going to get me there. So again, I want to dig for that gold card or any blue token cards that you might have. And I didn't get it. That's totally fine. I'll play these guys. Okay, this is really interesting. Since I do have a pair build, this is totally viable. What it means though is that I can't play additional cards along with my pairs. I can only play 3 cards at a time, which is totally fine. I'm going to get rid of Abstract Joker because it's only 15 mult, and I'm going to take Half Joker because it's 20 mult. It's just math, right? So I'm going to get rid of this guy. I'm going to take this guy. This I'm going to buy and not use it yet. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to use that celestial pack down in the corner, and I'm going to get a pair, and then I'm going to use this again, and I'm going to get another pair out of it. So I'm going to buy that, then I'm going to buy this. I could have done this first, and then bought the Fool, doesn't matter. And then use the Fool, get another pair card. Okay. Probably indeed, I really don't need extra discards, so totally fine with that. I'm going to do one reroll. Really just looking for things like hologram or, I don't know, something negative, blueprint, maybe brainstorm, anything like that. Nothing special that I'm looking for. So now I need to play 3 cards to get the full value of this. Or two or 3 cards. 1, 2, or 3 cards to get full value from this. So these 2, and I'll get rid of this guy along with them. So that's 24,000 just with a pair of aces. I think one of the aces was enhanced, which is fine. So that tells me that I know to beat this blind, I only need to play 2 pairs, or maybe 3, depending on which pairs they are. Of course, I'm going to take this because it gives me $12, and that only costs 3. And I'm going to look inside this Arcana pack. Maybe there's a Fool in there, because that would have got me another pair. But I don't care about converting things to other suits, so I'm going to use this Empress to put some bonuses on some of the cards. And I'll do a reroll. And I didn't get much of anything. Okay. I don't really care about making the next Joker negative. Again, it's a huge gamble because you never know what you're going to get. So, playing 3 cards again. 20,000 for a pair of 3s. That's pretty good. We'll discard this straight. And we should be able to get there easily with a pair of jacks. I should have actually discarded a bunch looking for this gold 6 again. But I did not do that. Okay, we got some spectral packs down here. Spectral packs, when you have a bunch of money and you're in the late game, no-brainer. Okay, we got an ectoplasm, which is add negative to a random joker -1 hand size. This is pretty good. I like all my jokers. Worst case, it would go on Cavendish or Gross Michelle, the banana, because that's going to go away one of these rounds. It's going to go extinct. 1 out of 6 chance every round it goes out, right? Deja Vu is pretty good. Red Seal, it's going to be a re-trigger. It's really good on the lucky cards because you get, multiple triggers, but I don't really care about that too much. This is going to be pretty huge if it lands on the right Joker, which if it lands really on anything but banana, it's pretty good. I don't care about the -1 hand size because I'm playing pairs. I'm not. If I was playing straights or really a lot of other hands, it's not good. But playing pairs or high card, you don't really care about hand size too much. So I'm gonna go with this one. Landed on Supernova, which is great. So now I have an empty Joker slot I can use. Okay. Immolate destroys 5 random cards in hand, gain 20. I don't need 20. Cryptid, 2 selected copies of 1 card in your hand, which is fantastic. The obvious choice here is the enhanced gain, because there's nothing else good in my hand that they gave me. So, and that's it. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, you can see my hand size is now way down because I lost 1 to the ectoplasm and 1 to the boss here. So I got, remember playing 3 cards, no more. And that got me about halfway there, which is great. Those look for, I do have a pair. That might not get me all the way there. Oh, it did. Oh, and there goes my banana. So now, okay, lots of things happening. My banana went extinct, so now I'm looking for the Cavendish, which is going to be a big benefit. I do have 2 Joker slots empty, so I can take a photograph, or I can take a re-roll, or I can look in this buffoon pack, which I'm certainly going to do. Um, Mega Celestial pack, which is fantastic. I'm going to take that for sure, and I'm probably going to buy this voucher. Um, Actually, I probably won't because we're almost done. But normally I would buy this voucher because it gives you an extra round to build things up. I'm doing pretty good so far. So first things first, let's get into this. I don't really like any of these. Green Joker's probably the best because of the build I have. I'm playing a pair build, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of discarding. So it'll just keep scaling and scaling and scaling, especially when you play like high card or pair build. Green Joker's very good. Luchador is pretty good depending on what boss you have, but I do have the VHS tape so I can re-roll the boss blind if I don't like it. And I have plenty of money, so. Yeah, I'm going to take Green Joker. And then I'll take my Celestial pack. And when you get a Mega pack, always take, you have to choose 2. Always take the hand you are playing, the build that you're playing last. Like in this case, I'm going to take Uranus first, and then I'm going to take my Mercury. Because, small thing, if I run into a Fool card, I want it to duplicate the Mercury and not the other one, right? So, oh look, there's that Cavendish. Okay, here we go. Obviously going to take that. X3 Mult. Move this over. And we're cooking. So now, my final boss is playing a pair sets money to 0, which, if you're playing to just get through a round, get through 8 antes, who cares, right? This is the last one. But I can re-roll it if I wanted. If I want to go endless, typically there's 2 types of builds. There's an endless build where you're trying to get a huge score. And then there's the type of build where you're just trying to get through and win the round, which is what I'm doing here. I should have stated that in the beginning. I'm just trying to win the round. So let's see. Let's do this and get rid of the 2 with it. This should be pretty huge now that I have this Cavendish in there. Yeah, 96,000. So the rest of this round isn't really going to provide any type of difficulty for me. Sigil converts all hands to a random soup. Don't care about that. Converts all hands to a random rank. -1 hand size. Well, I don't want -1 hand size because I don't need that, right? So I don't really care about either of these, but I'll just use that one. Looks inside this Arcana pack. I guess I might as well take the money. I don't really care, but it didn't matter a whole lot. Reroll. Another invisible Joker. I will actually get rid of this guy because he's only got +1. And that might come in handy later on. I mean, I know obviously I can beat this score with 1 hand. So it's not that big a deal. It's going to settle my money to 0 though, so in this very next shop, if I do know that I'm going to play a pair, I want to spend all my money. So I could probably actually re-roll it and it'll be fine. I want to use this to upgrade my constellation cards. I want to buy this Arcana pack, see if I can get nothing crazy. I'll make another 6 gold. Why not? Judgment's usually good pretty early, but obviously I got what I need now. Okay, let's re-roll that boss. Yeah, the pillar. I don't care about that Lots of people think like they can't play these debuffed cards. It's not that big a deal. You can still play debuffed cards. Who cares? So you lose out on 10 max 10 chips and any enhancement. Debuff cards are not a huge deal. Okay, so let's see what I get. Another constellation, and it keeps the X malt that the other copies had, which is pretty cool. This is really good because it's going to scale with your money. It's also holographic, which gives me an extra 10 malt. So this would definitely take the place of Half Joker. So I'm going to do that. Notice I'm putting all my plus malt on the left and my X malt on the right. You gotta do that. Okay, now taking the money cards gives you a clear benefit to your score. So I'm going to do that. And let's just go ahead and finish this last ante. Okay, flips and shuffles, that's totally fine. Even though I can re-roll it if I want. Okay. I'm probably going to beat this with one hand, so I'm going to dig for that other gold 6. I didn't get it, that's fine. Temperance gives me some extra money. See what's in here, just for the heck of it. There's almost nothing that I would swap out any of these for at this point, because it's anti-8. Always going to get that planet card. And I'll do some rerolls here, just because I'm only buying this because it upgrades these 3. Another invisible Joker. That's wild that this keeps coming up. I'm going to skip that one. More planet cards. Okay, death, I'll pass on. Another planet card. As I'm doing these rerolls, I'm devaluing this Bootstraps Joker, so I'll just keep going. Pair of 9s should be plenty to beat this score. There's one gold 6. Note that I don't need the money. I'm just digging for that last gold 6 just to show that it's something you should pay attention to, because you will have builds where you will want to dig for those blue token cards, those steel cards that are going to give you a bonus to your score, or planet cards, for the blue, if you have a blue seal on a card. There's going to be lots and lots of times that you're going to want to dig through your deck to end a round with certain cards in your hand. Okay, let's go. Another a little trick with this guy, because when you click select, it's going to flip over your jokers and shuffle them up. Because you always want your X mult on the right, you can click select and then grab the Cavendish and hold it, and it won't shuffle it with the rest of them. So I'm going to do that. Grab. Oh, I grabbed it. That's weird that these two are card back. I bet those are my invisible jokers, because both of these were created by Invisible Joker, I think. Wow, I don't know that I've seen that before. Okay. Anyway, I got both my gold 6s in one shot, so let's just play a hand. Oh, one thing you can do also, and I didn't do it, is when you run into this Amber Acorn flips and shuffles Joker cards, you can go into the settings and lower the speed of the game, so that as the jokers are scored, it goes very slow, and you can kind of identify the jokers based on what's popping up underneath them. Like if one of them pops up, ×3 mult or +20 mult or whatever, you can tell which one it is, and then you can rearrange them while they're face down. So anyway, um, that's it. You can see we got the run through with a pretty good score. Keep in mind the key points I'll go over real quick. Always look ahead to see what your boss is going to be. In the early game, always try to get a plus malt joker early, and then a plus chips joker. Be aware of how much a hand is earning you, so you can look ahead to see if you're going to be able to beat later rounds. Unless you have a specific build, like a pair or two pair or whatever, that you've kind of geared your jokers toward, try to go kind of gear your build towards the upper half of the hands. And when I say the upper half, I mean like flush, straight, full house, or better. Keep in mind, the less hands you beat a blind with, the more money you make. So if you have hands left over, like I got 3 hands here left over, I'm going to make more money on this round than if I finish the round with 2 hands left over, right? It sounds like a small thing, but all these little small things will add up over the course of a game. Interest. Try to keep, in the early game, try to save up $25. And from then on, try to keep 25 in your bank. If you finish a round with $30 and you're going into the shop, you can freely spend that $4 or $5 on a pack or can of pack or whatever, because you know you're going to be left with 25 to carry you over into the max interest for the following round. Remember to arrange your jokers appropriately with plus mult on the left and X mult on the right. Chips doesn't matter where they go, but plus mult on the left, X mult on the right. And in your hand, when you play your actual hand, to make sure that your glass cards are on the right, and make sure you know where your enhancements are. So, for instance, if you've got a photograph or a hanging chad that re-triggers the first card you play, make sure your enhanced card is first, right? Remember that discards left over don't get you anything. So use them if you can dig for something in your deck that you want to end the round with, being in your hand. A gold card, blue seal, that kind of thing. Seal card, certainly. Remember that chip jokers are more rare than malt jokers. You just saw me go through that whole thing. I really didn't have a big chip joker. I had that small job, that Jolly Roger. That was it. I didn't have a plus chip joker. They were all malt. So make sure you keep an eye out for one. I didn't even get offered one, really. No ice cream cone or even a temporary joker like that, which I would have taken. Temporary jokers are okay. The ice cream cone, the bean, the popcorn, totally fine, especially early. Grab them. And remember, if either your chip or your malt is large, so like I had a very large malt here with these jokers. So like if you look at what I had a large malt. I had plus malt, X malt, X malt, X malt, X malt. So my malt was huge, but my chips were not. Chips were pretty small. So a small increment, if one thing is large, whether it's chips or malt, but if one thing is large, a small increment in the other thing has a huge benefit, right? So if I would have gotten offered a blue joker, which gives you like, double the amount of cards you have in your deck in chips, so like 108 chips it would have been, I would have definitely got rid of bootstraps for that, because it has such a huge impact on the score. But anyway, those are the tips. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments, and we'll see you out there next time playing Balatro.